Have you ever had an idea to do something, to create something new, or really anything, and then someone comes along and says, hey, you can't do that, that's impossible, or just give up, you're wasting your time. It's something that people hear a lot and have a very hard time overcoming. But there are ways of overcoming this. For example, when I was in third grade, I got really interested in robotics. And I got a Lego Mindstorms robotics kit for my birthday. Looks like that. I built a simple robot that looks like this. But when I tried to program it, I couldn't program it. There were no instructions on how to program it like there were to build this. And I got stuck. And I got frustrated because all the classes that were available to learn how to do this were all for like 11 or 12-year-olds, and I was only 9. But I stuck with it, and when I was 11, I took a class and learned how to program a robot and built a much more complicated one to do much more things. Then this past fall, I joined a robotics team that used these Lego Mindstorms to complete different challenges against other teams. Although we did not win, we got in about 12th place out of 30 teams. And because of our success, in January, I was then invited to be on a team of underwater robotics called Sea Perch. Our robot mainly looked like that. This is not our actual robot. But this time, when we went to regionals, we won them and went on to nationals down in Louisiana. There's my team. And this kind of shows you that even though your goals may seem distant and be stopped by things like age limits, you don't have to let that stop you from achieving your goals. So what did I learn from my experience? Well, there are many different ways of achieving your goals, and there's one way that works for me and should work for you. So the first step is to kind of just walk away. Walk away from a person or people or things that are telling you you can't do it, and just ignore them, just have them get out of your life, and then go and find people that are going to support you and help you achieve your goals. And then the next step is to kind of not just ignore them physically, but mentally too. To kind of push what they're saying out of your head, forget about what they were saying, and focus just on your goal. You may need to take a different route here because what they said might help you, and you could use it like constructive criticism. Then the third step and final step is to prove them wrong. Prove that you're right, they were wrong, that you can achieve your goals. This may involve you actually achieving your goals or just figuring out why it's possible. But there's something that stops you even more than other people or things, and that's yourself. That's what makes people get so stopped, but you can achieve your goals still. And it's mainly the same steps as before. You need to kind of push what the back of your mind is saying, just all your self-doubt, just push it out of the way, just forget about it and focus just on your goal. And then you got to prove yourself wrong. Prove that it is possible for you to do this and that you can do it. So let me give you an example. You all know who this is, right? Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds of all time, and definitely the greatest mind of the 20th century. And he had troubles when he was younger. He probably faced the same challenges that I talked about earlier, and he had lots of troubles. When he was in school, his teachers thought of him as not being very smart. He didn't pay attention in school much, and he got into trouble a lot. And he could have listened to his teachers and just not done anything, not made any of his technological advances or made any of his theories, and it would have changed how much we know about the universe and the way life is today. And then I'd like to talk about someone that is very important in my life, and his success story is quite amazing. My grandpa, he grew up in Laconia, New Hampshire, and to a pretty poor family. His father left the family when my grandpa was a young age, and they didn't have a lot of money. So when my grandpa graduated high school, he was not going to go to college. But there was one person, a teacher, who convinced him to go. And this is kind of like the supporting person that like supports you and helps you achieve your goals, that convinced him to go to college and work through it to get money to go to college. So then, once he got out of college, he worked for many years, and then came together with some other people to create this business called Loss of Container, small packaging business. And in their first year, they lost $276,000, and they didn't make a profit until their third year. But he stuck with it, and now it is a $21 million company. So there's an old saying, I'm not sure if you've heard of it, that nothing can be achieved without hard work. And I don't think it should really go like that. I think it should go more like this, that anything can be achieved with hard work. That if you put enough effort into something, you can achieve anything. That if you work hard enough, like my grandpa did, you can achieve anything, no matter how many times it's stopped, you being stopped. Thomas Edison once said, while trying to invent the light bulb, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. And I believe that no matter how many times you don't succeed, as long as you keep trying, you have not failed. If you let nothing stop you, not even yourself, and keep trying and work hard, you can achieve your goals